Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, we're tracking multiple wildfires across the region, including the Wildcat Fire that has exploded to more than 14,000 acres across Yakima and Pierce counties. The very latest updates from officials. Then, the mystery of a missing World War II Navy pilot solved after 8 decades. How DNA confirmation is bringing closure to his family. Plus, the Columbia Ability Alliance sees a 75% surge in their services. What new program they're launching to help employers build inclusive workplaces. And meteorologist Hayden Nix is in for Stacy Lee tonight, as we could see dry conditions return this weekend. Your News at 6 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for Apple Valley News Now live at 6. I'm Wendy Redman. Austin is off tonight. First at 6, the Kennewick Police Department made an arrest in connection with the shooting we brought you first last week. The shooting happened on the 1500 block of West 4th Avenue on September 22nd. Investigators say a man was shot multiple times after confronting a group of people. On September 26th, authorities with KPD and the Tri-City Metro Drug Task Force arrested a 17-year-old during a traffic stop whom they suspect is involved in the shooting. That teen is facing charges of assault and gun possession. Another 17-year-old in the vehicle was also arrested during that stop. Authorities say that teen had a stolen handgun that was equipped with a device that turns a semi-automatic handgun into an automatic handgun. That teen is facing charges of gun possession, stolen property, and an illegal firearm due to the device. The victim in the shooting is still recovering from his injuries. The Grant County Sheriff's Office placed an employee on administrative leave following an off-duty domestic violence incident that happened in Soap Lake. The agency said they are aware of the incident, saying, quote, "The matter is being taken seriously and will be handled consistently with the law and agency policy." The Sheriff's Office emphasized it does not tolerate domestic violence and remains dedicated to accountability and maintaining public trust. An internal investigation by Clear Risk Solutions will take place after the conclusion of the police investigation to help determine if any agency policies were violated. The Sheriff's Office has not disclosed the employee's name or specific details of the incident. Charges have not yet been announced. We are tracking multiple wildfires that remain active in the region. The Labor Mountain Fire started in the Chelan-Kittitas County line on September 1st, the same day the Sugarloaf Fire broke out in Chelan County. Stella Sun reports.
Across Washington state,
237,000 acres have burned this fire season, and we have 11 major fires burning right now.
In the Okanogan-Wenatchee Forest, the Labor Mountain Fire burning over 37,000 acres.
On this fire right now, we also have 567 structures or homes, residents in the evacuation level.
It's forcing a 30-mile closure of Highway 97 Blewett Pass.
Are the black, the gray, and the orange kind of behind us. And what that indicates is that the fire has burned really hot through this area.
Really hot fires or high-severity fires increase the risk for water runoff, erosion, even mudslides and landslides.
They can move that sediment down and put it on the road, put a risk to travelers.
Debris from mud flows can poison water sources.
They also can impact the fisheries, the water systems, and cause detriment to, the anadromous fish, the salmon.
Just to the northeast of the Labor Mountain Fire, over 39,000 acres of land consumed by the Lower Sugarloaf Fire, 12 miles northeast of Leavenworth.
On the Lower Sugarloaf, we have all 3 level 3, 2, and 1 evacuations in place currently.
Commissioner of Public Lands Dave Upthegrove meeting with fire crews in Cle Elum, urging lawmakers to restore funding it pulled from the Department of Natural Resources wildfire preparedness and response efforts under House Bill 1168.
If the legislature doesn't restore our wildfire prevention and response funding, we will see more fires, bigger fires, and higher costs to taxpayers. with more smoke impacting people's health.
As wildfires continue to burn across the state,
Every part of the state of Washington has been impacted by wildfire smoke this year, and it can have very serious health impacts.
That was Stella Sun reporting. For the very latest updates on these fires, just visit AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Now to the wildcat fire in Yakima and Pierce County, which has increased to more than 14,000 acres. Tonight, it is at 6% containment. Officials blame the growth on a lack of moisture last weekend, but say cloudy skies and higher humidity this week is now working in their favor. Officials say State Route 410 remains open, but closures are in place for the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest and Mount Rainier National Park. Fire crews continue to work on suppression activities, including air operations and bucket work to the north, south, and east. Switching now to weather, we have meteorologist Hayden Nix in with us tonight, and for Stacy Lee tracking your fall forecast and any possibility of rain.
Well, yes, we are still tracking some showers in the area, so let's take a look at radar here. Most of it's isolated down into the blues, and that's where we'll keep most of the moisture activity for the remainder of this evening. Elsewhere, just a mixture of some clouds, maybe a stray drop or two out of it, but most of it's going to be focused in this area, and that will be for the remainder of the overnight time frame. So as we look at the rest of your evening here, keeping things on a drier note for most locations, low 60s by 6 o'clock. We'll head into the 50s by 10 p.m., but we're not stopping there for the evening. We do expect those temperatures to continue to cool down into the 40s tonight. There will be some readings, especially in the higher elevations, the Cascades, touching close to freezing. And then we are looking at temperatures in the lower 70s for tomorrow for most locations. Very comfortable out there and just slightly below the seasonal average. Now, as we continue to move along into this weekend, rain chances are not nil, but they are pretty low. And we're seeing a slight bump up next Wednesday, of course, which we'll talk about all of this a little bit later.
Thank you, Hayden. Nearly 81 years after he was declared missing in action during World War II, a family finally has some answers. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says the remains of Ensign Howard Allen Holding, a Navy aviator, have been identified now and will be returned home.
January 22, 1922, Howard Allen Holding was born in Salt Lake City. Like so many of his generation, when war broke out, he felt the call to serve. In 1942, he enlisted in the U.S. Navy. By 1943, he earned his wings as a naval aviator at just 22 years old. He was flying fighter missions from the deck of the USS Enterprise. On September 6, 1944, during a mission over Yap Island in the Pacific, Holding's F-6F Hellcat never returned. Reports suggest his plane may have collided with another or been struck by anti-aircraft fire. He was declared missing in action. 2 years later, presumed dead.
We revered him. We always had, my mother and my grandmother both always had a framed photograph of him in a prominent place.
For decades, his loved ones carried that uncertainty. Holding's niece, Terry Trick, now living in Walla Walla, never met her uncle, but she felt like she always knew him, and with that special bond came a phone call she didn't think would ever come.
Pat Rand Friends, who has been indefatigable looking for wrecks on Yap and has found most of them really, called me up and told me he thought that he had found my uncle's plane.
Trick and her brother were invited to Yap to see for themselves, and an ordinary walk led to something extraordinary.
We were there for about 3 days, and I felt like going to another crash site, so I got a guide from the hotel where we were staying, who of course knew the island, and he took me up to what was then called the Harry Brown crash site. It was quite a hike. It was in the hillside. And it turns out that, in truth, was Howard's crash site.
In 2020, the Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency exhumed remains from the unidentified graves in the Pacific. DNA testing matched them to Holding's family. On June 10th of this year, his identity was confirmed.
My family never thought that we would ever find his remains. Both my mother and my grandmother were sure that he was at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean and that he would never be found.
For his family, Ensign Holding is finally coming home.
What does this identification mean to you and your family today?
closure mostly, and hope for other people who have lost loved ones that feel the same way we did.
Ensign Howard Allen Holding will be laid to rest with full military honors later this month in Salt Lake City. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Holding earned the Purple Heart and Air Medal for his service. Now, after more than 80 years, he will be honored with a hero's welcome in his hometown. Switching gears to the sports beat now, one of the oldest high school football rivalries in Washington continues tonight between Richland and Kennewick. The first game between the two schools was actually back in 1912, with Kennewick getting the first win of the series. But Richland holds the overall upper hand with 53 wins compared with Kennewick's 37. Right now, Kennewick has a 6-game winning streak heading into tonight's game. It's a rivalry that Richland's Mike Neidhold has been a part of for more than 30 years.
A bit faster, a little bit more physical, and because it's Kennewick, and especially back in our day, and when in the late '80s when it was really heated, when I was coaching, it was just the game was a little more loud. It was louder because the kids were getting after it on both sides. Really, it was extra special.
All right, so to add a little more excitement to it, both teams enter with a 4-0 record, meaning one team, you guessed it, will take home their very first loss of the season. The game kicks off tonight at 7 p.m. in Kennewick. Stay with us for the news at 6:30, where our very own Jake Gable will be live from Lamson Stadium. Coming up next here on the news at 6, the fine Amazon must pay after apparently putting local air and water quality at risk in eastern Oregon. And Hayden is coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast. Check out this gorgeous shot from Richland. We'll be right back.
It's a flash sale this Wednesday through Sunday at Walker's Furniture with an additional store-wide savings of 20% off our already low prices. Or take advantage of 5 years no interest financing with no money down. This Wednesday through Sunday only at Walker's.
It is Operation Best Friend every Wednesday as we feature lovable pets from area shelters all looking for their forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Christine Connolly, As You Wish Real Estate Services, and the Manthai Group Cross Country Mortgage.
We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network. And with T-Satellite, we're connecting millions of people in places no carrier tower can reach.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
It matters every day and every night. It matters that we're not just in your community, but that we're part of it.
We'd be happy to help you.
Making sure everyone feels welcomed and rewarded. It matters that we're here for what the doctor prescribed.
Thanks so much, Eric.
And also, just what the doctor ordered.
Need some help?
Right by your side.
Hi, Alex.
Right when you need us.
I'm gonna go grab that for you, okay?
Welcome to CVS. Join us.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's recommended that women have a mammogram annually starting at age 40. Prosser Memorial Health's heightened detailed 3D mammography technology offers high-quality images, faster exam times, increased accuracy, and enhanced comfort. To schedule your mammogram at Prosser Memorial Health, call 509-786-5596. This is how we care.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
It's a flash sale this Wednesday through Sunday at Walker's Furniture with an additional store-wide savings of 20% off our already low prices. Or take advantage of 5 years no interest financing with no money down. This Wednesday through Sunday only at Walker's.
First Alert Weather Radar, sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union.
Amazon is facing penalties in eastern Oregon after the state says its data centers in Hermiston and Boardman put local air and water quality at risk. The Oregon Department of Environmental Quality fined Amazon more than $10,000 for violations to air and water quality. Officials say operations at the big facilities violated state environmental rules. The violations came just weeks before Hermiston leaders approved expanding the city's urban growth boundary to make way for even more large-scale data centers. DEQ says the $10,400 fine was based on the type and seriousness of the violations.
It's a combination of a few factors, and there's like violation types, there's classifications of violations, and there's magnitudes of scale, right? So there's magnitudes depending on the type of violation and its overall impact.
The agency says the fine is meant to hold Amazon accountable and discourage future violations. Hermiston's move to expand its growth boundary has sparked concerns about whether the region's infrastructure and environment can handle even more development. This isn't the first time DEQ has cited Amazon, and inspectors say they'll keep monitoring the company's operations closely. After nearly a year of renovations, the Hermiston Public Library is just days away from reopening. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert shows us the changes city and library officials say will make the space more inviting for the community.
The Hermiston Public Library has been a fixture in the community for decades. In nearly a year of renovations, along with planning that started back in 2023, the building is about to reopen with a fresh look and some major upgrades. Assistant City Manager Mark Morgan says that the updates were badly needed for the aging building.
80s are nearly 50 years ago now, and so even a building built in the 80s, starting to get old and have some issues. And so we've been planning on renovating and updating the library for a number of years.
Hermiston city officials as well as library officials tell me that the Hermiston Public Library has been a staple in the community since the late 80s. However, when the library reopens later this month, people are going to be surprised. One of the biggest changes is a new children's section located on the first floor with the adult section on the second floor, creating a quieter space for reading and studying, as well as a new staircase connecting the levels.
One of the really big changes that has happened is a children's department where it's not necessarily cheek and jowl with adults. And so adults are going to find that their space, which is more upstairs, is going to be a little quieter, hopefully.
The library will also debut a maker space in the basement, featuring a Bamboo Labs 3D printer, a TV for tutorials, and a room for classes to help people learn new skills.
We have a room in the basement that is specifically going to be a maker space. And we'll have a TV on the wall so we can watch a YouTube video if you're trying to learn something, or we'll have classes and staff that will be able to help them.
Rose says another growing trend is the popularity of digital materials, with thousands of items now checked out online each month.
And we circulate 1,000 of those items every month now. Now that's not huge. If you go to Seattle or Portland, you're going to find that they are circulating well over 1 million items that way.
But no matter what format, Rose says the library's mission is simple, to encourage reading at every age.
And I know that for kids, reading is hard. It's work for them. It's one of their biggest tasks, that and growing, is learning to read. And so we want them to be excited to learn to read.
Hermiston's leaders say the library is opening its doors to help grow the community by growing young minds. In Hermiston, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
The ribbon-cutting event for the Hermiston Public Library will be held October 10th at 10 a.m.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
Well, we're not done with rain chances just yet. I know we're still tracking some showers, but the moisture is becoming limited by the hour here as we continue to navigate into Friday and Saturday. They are going to lower, but it's more area specific here. So Friday and Saturday looking at a 10% chance for both those days, but as we navigate into Sunday and Monday, it starts to really dry out there, and then we expect by Wednesday a 10% chance, but we won't be done with the rainfall. As I mentioned there, by the middle of the week, another little subtle system comes in. So rain chances, you break it down by area, we're looking at the Cascades anywhere from 10 to 20%, as well as the Blue Foothills and the Blues, 10 to 30%. And it looks like the Cascades, Kittitas, Yakima Valley, and the Lower Columbia Basin, less than 10%. And then navigating into this weekend, same areas, but notice here a slightly higher increase to the Cascades, 40 to 50%. Less than 10%, of course, in the valleys and the basin, 20 to 30% for the Blues. So let's talk about that weather pattern, shall we? So we've got the frontal boundary currently helping us with the moisture transport that we have into the area. Some of that's just mainly clouds, although some areas like the Blues still getting some showers. We are going to see it diving southward, and that's going to just about wrap things up with that system. But we've got another one coming onshore as we continue to move into this weekend. Watch how this plays out. Frontal boundary begins to move in. This is going to help keep our temperatures in check, but we're also going to see just a little bit more moisture eked out of this system, but it may not be until late in the evening when we begin to see that setting up there for Saturday night. Then drier weather coming back in on Sunday and Monday as a ridge of high pressure begins to infiltrate the northwest, and we will see more sunny conditions and of course lower humidity also to add on top of that, but beautiful weather for this time of the year. So not too bad of a forecast. For tonight, we do expect temperatures to drop down into the lower 40s and upper 30s out there, so be prepared to get the jackets out if you plan to head out anytime early tomorrow morning. Again, these lows are for just before sunrise as we continue into the daylight hours of your Friday. Mid-40s for the Tri-Cities area, as well as Hanford, Prosser, Hermiston, 47, 43 at Moses Lake. Connell, 44 degrees there as we continue on our Friday morning. Now, navigating through the rest of this, we are expecting those temperatures to continue to be a little bit on the warmer side for Walla Walla, 49 there, and Pendleton at 46 degrees. Now, as we continue into tomorrow, notice those temperatures are going to be in the 70s for most locations out there. We will have some 40s and 50s for the higher elevations. Windy weather as well. Just mind you, as the frontal boundary does depart, we could see sustained winds anywhere from 15 to 20 miles per hour on average for most locations, but we could have in the Kittitas Valley 30 to 35 miles per hour. Your extended forecast for the Tri-Cities area, a mixture of upper 60s to lower 70s over the coming days here. Again, small rain chance for tomorrow. Yakima, upper 60s, lower 70s. Same trend there, overnight lows in the upper 30s to lower to mid 40s. Ellensburg, more of the mid 60s mixture for this weekend. Not too bad. It will be breezy Friday and Saturday with lower 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Don't forget that small rain chance in there. Hermiston, same boat, upper 60s to lower 70s. And Walla Walla, 70 tomorrow, 67 Sunday, 71 and gorgeous on Tuesday.
Thank you, Hayden. Still to come, an aircraft collision reported at New York's LaGuardia Airport. What exactly happened on the tarmac last night?
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads with strategies for your business to grow brands across the streaming apps you know best.
Plus, we have the local expertise that connects you with new customers in Central Washington, Northern Oregon, and the world.
Wherever your market is, whoever your market is, we'll get results that matter and build your business.
Phase 3 Digital from Apple Valley News Now. We know digital. Contact us today.
Furniture legs can scar your floors, costing you a lot of cash. Now there's Ruby Sliders, the new chair leg covers that protect your floors, prevent scratching, and slide with ease without all the noise. They fit snugly on most size legs and glide across any floor. Now you can move even your largest furniture with no effort at all. Regular felt gets worn and easily falls off, but Ruby Sliders feature an ultra-tight nano-weave material attached with an industrial-strength adhesive to the cover, so they're built to last. Plus, they're ultra-flexible and conform to most sizes. They'll protect any kind of floor, from hardwood, laminate, ceramic tile, and more. Call or go online now to get Ruby Sliders for as low as 99 cents with free shipping. That's right, free shipping. This offer is not available on Amazon, so order now.
Call 1-800-701-0426 or visit rubysliders.com. So call 1-800-701-0426 now.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Check this out. The NTSB is investigating the collision of two Delta regional jets at LaGuardia Airport in New York. Take a look. This happened Wednesday night. A Delta regional jet struck another plane of the same type, we're told. Flight 5155 was preparing to depart for Roanoke, Virginia, when its wings slammed into the cockpit window of Flight 5047. That plane had just arrived from Charlotte, North Carolina. One injury was reported, that person taken to the hospital. A preliminary report is expected within 30 days. There's a free floating planet that's been packing on pounds. It's located in the Chameleon constellation, about 620 light years away from Earth. According to a study published in the astrophysical journal Letters, the rogue planet has a mass at least 5 times that of Jupiter and getting bigger by the second. Astronomers say the growth spurt shown by this planet is highly unusual and even star-like. It's estimated to be between 1 and 2 million years old, which is, by astronomical standards, pretty young. Still ahead in our 6:30 half hour, our very own Jake Gable is live from Lamson Stadium for one of the oldest high school football rivalries in the state. Stay with us.
First Alert Weather Radar, sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
I think developing that relationship with a patient is where you get the trust. And then with the trust is when you can really kind of build on these treatment plans and provide the best care for them so that the outcome is most predictable and that they're the most satisfied. I think my passion kind of more stems from the problem-solving aspect of dentistry. So I really like getting complex patients that need a lot of different needs and kind of figuring out a plan that incorporates like good dentistry to kind of solve their problems. But I think I just get that emotional recharge from just kind of spending quality time with family. So my 2 girls and then my wife. So we try and get out of the house and get up in the mountains or go to the beach and just kind of do quality things together. And that's kind of where I get my most recharge from, for sure.
Lifetime Dental Care, located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
Roll into some serious cash this October at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. $50,000 is up for grabs for every winner. Roll the dice to reveal your poker hand, hit a royal flush, and win $50,000 cash every Friday and Saturday. No royal flush? No problem. Every hand wins cash or free play. Then join us Saturday, November 1st for not one but two grand prize drawings with 6 winners. Come roll for the Royal at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
It's a 48-hour flash sale today through Sunday at Walker's Furniture, where every item is marked down an additional 20% off already low prices. Or take advantage of 5 years no interest financing with no money down.
Beautiful bedroom sets 20% off. All sofas, love seats, and sectionals 20% off. And all dining sets 20% off.
It's a flash sale you can't afford to miss. This Wednesday through Sunday at Walker's.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads with strategies for your business to grow brands across the streaming apps you know best.
Plus, we have the local expertise that connects you with new customers in Central Washington, Northern Oregon, and the world.
Wherever your market is, whoever your market is, we'll get results that matter and build your business.
Phase 3 Digital from Apple Valley News Now. We know digital. Contact us today.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1-hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
At Apple Valley News Now, Good Morning Northwest, we're on your side.
Check with us when you get up as you fix breakfast
and before you head out the door.
Good Morning Northwest and Good Morning America. #1 in the morning and only on Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Always on your side.
Next ET.
Okay, how much are we going to be sipping?
We're sipping and spilling with Christina Hawk and our exclusive At Home with Vanderpump Rules alum, Lala Kent.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Right now on Apple Valley News Now live at 6:30, how the Tri-Cities is coming together for a beloved member of the community and why his family says we need more Jimmy Butchers. Plus, an agriculture-themed playground in Zilla is running on Kid Power. Our very own Caleb Stipkovitz takes us out to the ribbon cutting at the park and shares all of the features. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Thanks so much for being with us here tonight for the news at 6:30. We do want to begin by checking back in with Hayden Nix in for Stacey Lee tonight. He is tracking weather patterns across the region, including rain chances.
Well, yes, we are still tracking some showers in the area, so let's take a look at radar here. Most of it's isolated down into the blues, and that's where we'll keep most of the moisture activity for the remainder of this evening. Elsewhere, just a mixture of some clouds, maybe a stray drop or two out of it, but most of it's going to be focused in this area, and that will be for the remainder of the overnight time frame. So as we look at the rest of your evening here, keeping things on a drier note for most locations, low 60s by 6 o'clock. We'll head into the 50s by 10 p.m., but we're not stopping there for the evening. We do expect those temperatures to continue to cool down into the 40s tonight. There will be some readings, especially in the higher elevations of the Cascades, touching close to freezing. And then we are looking at temperatures in the lower 70s for tomorrow for most locations. Very comfortable out there and just slightly below the seasonal average. Now, as we continue to move along into this weekend, rain chances are not nil, but they are pretty low. And we're seeing a slight bump up next Wednesday, of course, which we'll talk about all of this a little bit later.
All right, we'll stay tuned for that. But right now, we do want to talk about sports. A high school football rivalry, more than a century old, takes place tonight between the Richland Bombers and Kennewick Lions. The teams are taking the field at Lamson Stadium. Kickoff is coming up, fast approaching at 7 p.m. That's where we find our very own Jake Gable. And Jake, there's really a lot of history between these schools. Tell us about it.
Yes, there is a lot of history between these two schools, and it all started all the way back in 1912. That was the very first time that these two schools faced off. Richland ended up getting the victory in that one, 20-0, and now obviously both teams, both schools, and the game of football as a whole has changed a lot during that time period. Now, if we're talking about the entire rivalry as a whole, Richland does have the upper hand with 53 wins compared to Kennewick's 37 wins, and there's been 3 ties in there as well, but hopefully not seeing one of those tonight. Yes, we are about 30 minutes, a little less than that, to kick off here, and there's a lot going into this game. Now, I mentioned Richland does have the historic upper hand, but lately it's been ruled by Kennewick. Kennewick has a 6-game win streak in this matchup heading into tonight's matchup, and listen, there's a rivalry here, but there's also a lot of just a good football game to be here as well. Both these two teams are ranked in the top 25 in the state, with Kennewick being ranked 20th and Richland being ranked 24th. Both teams come in 4-0, both are undefeated, and one of these teams is going to leave Lamson Stadium in Kennewick here tonight with its first loss of the season. There's a lot of fans on both sides, and there's a long line from the Richland fans trying to get in over an hour before the game. They rush into the stadium to try to get their student section filled as possible, and they're ready for some football here. I'm ready for some football as well, so I'm going to get closer to the action, and I'll send it back to you, Wendy, in the studio.
All right, Jake, should be exciting. Thanks so much. The Columbia Ability Alliance says they're seeing major growth in the number of people they serve. Now they're preparing to launch a new program to help area employers build more inclusive workplaces. The Alliance has been around since 1963, working to break down barriers to employment and social inclusion for people with disabilities and other life challenges. In just the past 3 months, the group has seen a 75% increase in people coming through their employment services program. Leaders say their upcoming Columbia Ability Ally program is designed to give businesses more tools and support when it comes to hiring and retaining workers with disabilities.
You know, our mantra is we're on our way to build a more accessible and inclusive community for all to enjoy, and there's great benefits for everyone when employers open their doors to individuals with disabilities. And we have people with a wide variety of abilities.
The program will officially be unveiled at the Alliance's Engage and Grow event October 8th. Leaders say the goal is simple, creating workplaces where people of all abilities can succeed. The city of Zillah just wrapped up a renovation of Loges Park, which now includes a playground that pays tribute to local industries. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz shows it to us.
Loges Park used to be home to the Zillah Pool, but after a major renovation, it's now home to this agricultural-themed playground.
Dozens of Zillah parents, students, and city officials gathered at Loges Park Thursday afternoon to celebrate the town's newest attraction, a farm-themed playground. And after a mini press conference for some future reporters to learn about the new upgrades, it was time to cut the ribbon.
2, 3, go!
The opening of the playground marks the last phase of a project to fix up Loges Park, which also recently got new pickleball court, dog park, and walking paths. The new playground has lots of farm-themed fun for kids to enjoy.
We're really excited about some of the features of this park. One of the things we tried to do was incorporate like the farm theme that we have throughout the Yakima Valley. And so we have tractors, we have pivot irrigation sprinklers.
The Loges Park renovation comes almost a decade after the Zillah Pool had to close, which Mayor Carmack says was so old that it was dug by horses. Although the plot of land that used to hold the pool will remain empty, Mayor Carmack says it was essential to fix up the rest of the park.
This park has needed upgrades for a long time. It's been what people like to say is kind of one of our forgotten parks. And so bringing some of this revitalization that we've been trying to do downtown into this park has really spurred the use of it and brought it back to life.
The agriculture focus of the playground is also something the city has been using to brighten up other parts of Zillah, including the new splash pad at Stewart Park and sections of Main Street. Reporting from Zillah, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
The new playground is at 710 Railroad Avenue in Zillah. Well, some memories are unforgettable and some will now come with a cost. Snapchat is asking its biggest users to pay a monthly fee to keep their memories. That's a feature the social media platform started in 2016, which allows people to save videos and photos as opposed to letting them disappear. Since then, more than 1 trillion memories were saved, and Snapchat's parent company says it needs a little financial help for its infrastructure. The company says users who have more than 5 gigabytes worth of memories will be charged. Meta will soon use what people tell its AI chatbot to target them with more personalized ads. Users will see notices of the change next week, but it won't actually kick in until December. Meta already targets ads based on posts, clicks, and social connections. But now, conversations with Meta AI like shopping plans or travel ideas will help guide both ads and content recommendations. Meta says it won't use sensitive topics like religion, politics, or health. You'll still be able to use its Ad Preferences tool to add or remove topics that don't interest you. Up next, we'll tell you how the Tri-Cities is rallying around Jimmy Woohoo Butcher, how a water leak disaster is bringing people together. And Hayden's coming back with your full First Alert weather forecast.
First Alert Weather Radar, sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union.
It's a 48-hour flash sale today through Sunday at Walker's Furniture, where every item is marked down an additional 20% off already low prices. Or take advantage of 5 years no interest financing with no money down.
Beautiful bedroom sets 20% off. All sofas, love seats, and sectionals 20% off. And all dining sets 20% off.
It's a flash sale you can't afford to miss. This Wednesday through Sunday at Walker's.
Meet an artist whose canvas is a farmer's field in the Palouse.
We want it to look natural. We want it to look like it's supposed to be there and not just a fake.
Fly the Northwest over Cougar Art.
Carving on the ground, the ancient people have done it forever.
Apple Valley News Now at 6, Tuesday.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, it's Friday, so we'll tell you what events are going on this weekend.
And the weather is going to be fabulous for this week, and I'll tell you if that is going to hold true as we head into next week. That'll be coming up tomorrow morning at 5.
What does it mean to be here for good? It means being here for the athletes who compete, the fans who believe, and the moments that turn seconds into legends. Here for the 7th inning stretch, the buzzer beaters, the 8 seconds of fury. Here for the coaches who shape leaders on and off the field, and for the teammates who become family. Because we know it's not just about a game, it's about the grit and discipline that builds character for a lifetime. STCU, here for good.
Don't leave it to chance. Trust Vance for your heating system check. Call before October 10th to schedule your appointment, and you'll pay only $64. We'll evaluate your equipment and explain issues that could affect your comfort. A Vance heating system check this fall can ensure your home stays warm and cozy all winter. Don't wait. Call today or book online.
You wouldn't buy a car without a test drive.
So why buy a mattress in a box from an online marketing company without ever knowing if it's right for you?
Don't go through the hassle of returning a mattress when you can get it right the first time.
Mattress Depot USA has top quality mattresses that you can actually touch and feel.
Made by local manufacturers.
You're gonna love our prices.
And same-day delivery. Try getting that online.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts, sponsored by Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, supporting Bikes for Tykes, giving away bikes and helmets to area kids. Click Bikes for Tykes at applevalleynewsnow.com to see how you can help.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
A beloved member of the Tri-Cities community is now out of his home. But as Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable tell us, the community is rallying to help Jimmy Woohoo Butcher.
If you grew up in the Tri-Cities, you probably know who Jimmy Woo-Hoo Butcher is. He volunteers as a school crossing guard, youth hockey coach, and at his church, and is most known for his Tri-City Dust Devils and Americans fandom.
One thing that Jimmy's known for is his woo-hoo, Jimmy Woo-Hoo, and singing the national anthem. He is amazing when it comes to that. And so anybody who attends any kind of a sports function with their kids, grandkids, or whatever have grown up with Jimmy.
A man that always gives, he is now the one in need. Jimmy's manufactured home was damaged due to a long undetected water leak, which compromised the entire structure, leaving the home beyond repair.
He's been in this mobile home since 1994, so it's been a long time. And so to get a fresh start for Jimmy, he's going to need a lot of stuff, from his pants and shoes to his bed and some new dishes, and all the belongings are pretty much a total loss.
The kids in the Sunday school class at my church, all the kids, they're a good blessing in my life.
Yup, they sure are, aren't they? They bring a lot of joy to you, don't they, Jimmy? That's awesome.
Over $14,000 were raised in just the first 4 days since the fundraiser was posted. The money going towards getting Jimmy a new home.
He said, I think the world needs more Jimmy Butchers. He's just the most loving, caring guy, and obviously you can see that by, just the outpouring of love from people in this community.
Jimmy never asks for anything back. He really doesn't. He gives and gives. And we just really want to see him be able to be in a stable environment and be able to continue to give to the community. And Jimmy's going to continue to give until he can't give no more.
Currently staying with family, multiple fundraisers and events supported by businesses and community members are continuing to be set up. And Jimmy is set to sing the national anthem once again at the Americans game this Sunday. In Kennewick, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
To donate, just go to applevalleyNewsNow.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
Well, we're not done with rain chances just yet. I know we're still tracking some showers, but the moisture is becoming limited by the hour here as we continue to navigate into Friday and Saturday. They are going to lower, but it's more area specific here. So Friday and Saturday looking at a 10% chance for both those days, but as we navigate into Sunday and Monday, it starts to really dry out there, and then we expect by Wednesday a 10% chance. But we won't be done with the rainfall. As I mentioned there, by the middle of the week, another little subtle system comes in. So rain chances, you break it down by area, we're looking at the Cascades anywhere from 10 to 20%, as well as the Blue Foothills and the Blues, 10 to 30%. And it looks like the Cascades, Kittitas, Yakima Valley, and the Lower Columbia Basin, less than 10%. And then navigating into this weekend, same areas, but notice here a slightly higher increase to the Cascades, 40 to 50%. Less than 10%, of course, in the valleys and the basin, 20 to 30% for the Blues. So let's talk about that weather pattern, shall we? So we've got the frontal boundary currently helping us with the moisture transport that we have into the area. Some of that's just mainly clouds, although some areas like the Blues still getting some showers. We are going to see it diving southward, and that's going to just about wrap things up with that system. But we've got another one coming onshore as we continue to move into this weekend. Watch how this plays out. Frontal boundary begins to move in. This is going to help keep our temperatures in check, but we're also going to see just a little bit more moisture eked out of this system, but it may not be until late in the evening when we begin to see that setting up there for Saturday night. Then drier weather coming back in on Sunday and Monday as a ridge of high pressure begins to infiltrate the northwest, and we will see more sunny conditions and of course lower humidity also to add on top of that, but beautiful weather for this time of the year. So not too bad of a forecast. For tonight, we do expect temperatures to drop down into the lower 40s and upper 30s out there, so be prepared to get the jackets out if you plan to head out anytime early tomorrow morning. Again, these lows are for just before sunrise as we continue into the daylight hours of your Friday. Mid-40s for the Tri-Cities area, as well as Hanford, Prosser, Hermiston, 47, 43 at Moses Lake. Connell, 44 degrees there as we continue on our Friday morning. Now, navigating through the rest of this, we are expecting those temperatures to continue to be a little bit on the warmer side for Walla Walla, 49 there, and Pendleton at 46 degrees. Now, as we continue into tomorrow, notice those temperatures are going to be in the 70s for most locations out there. We will have some 40s and 50s for the higher elevations. Windy weather as well. Just mind you, as the frontal boundary does depart, we could see sustained winds anywhere from 15 to 20 miles per hour on average for most locations, but we could have in the Kittitas Valley 30 to 35 miles per hour. Your extended forecast for the Tri-Cities area, a mixture of upper 60s to lower 70s over the coming days here. Again, small rain chance for tomorrow. Yakima, upper 60s, lower 70s. Same trend there, overnight lows in the upper 30s to lower to mid 40s. Ellensburg, more of the mid 60s mixture for this weekend. Not too bad. It will be breezy Friday and Saturday with lower 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Don't forget that small rain chance in there. Hermiston, same boat, upper 60s to lower 70s. And Walla Walla, 70 tomorrow, 67 Sunday, 71 and gorgeous on Tuesday.
Thanks, Hayden. Coming up, celebrating a Peanuts milestone. That's next in What's Trending.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Roll into some serious cash this October at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. $50,000 is up for grabs for every winner. Roll the dice to reveal your poker hand, hit a royal flush, and win $50,000 cash every Friday and Saturday. No royal flush? No problem. Every hand wins cash or free play. Then join us Saturday, November 1st for not 1 but 2 grand prize drawings with 6 winners. Come roll for the Royal at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Legacy lives in the people who've made this place home. For decades, Happel and Community First Bank have been part of that legacy. Different names, same mission, invested in every relationship. We're coming together to keep building what matters. Because legacy doesn't end. It lives on in every loan, every dream, every member helped.
Hi, welcome to Hapo.
Don't miss Downtown Prosser's Pumpkin Palooza. Saturday, October 4th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at City Park. Experience the excitement of the Giant Pumpkin Contest weigh-in. Dive into pumpkin painting and lively seed spitting contests. Feel the joy of the costume fun run and pumpkin bowling, and enjoy delicious treats at the bake sale. Bid on beautifully decorated pumpkins and make lasting memories. Celebrate fall with family and friends at Prosser Farmers Market's Pumpkin Palooza, October 4th.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
WSUR Tonapalooza Farmers Field. Fly the Northwest Tuesday at 6.
Good grief. Charlie Brown, Snoopy and the gang are 75. Charles M. Schulz's Peanuts comic strip began October 2nd, 1950 in just 7 newspapers. For the next 5 decades, Schulz wrote and drew every Peanut strip. Today, the beloved comic strip is still featured in thousands of newspapers around the world, and the Peanuts gang is featured in online syndication, a new streaming series on Apple TV, books, and much more. McDonald's is celebrating spooky season with the return of a specialty menu item. The fast food chain will make its Happy Meal Boo Buckets available for a limited time. They roll out October 21st. The lineup of 5 buckets of characters includes Ghost, Pumpkin, and Goblin. New for the season, though, are Cat and Zombie. This is the 3rd straight year for the Boo Buckets. Before that, they were an occasional item and first debuted in the 1980s. We'll be right back with your reason to smile.
At Tri-Cities and Walla Walla Floor and Home, our team has been in the Southeast Washington flooring business for 40+ years. You'll find more choices, lower prices, and hometown service.
This is Apple Valley Eats.
Ready to shake up your dining experience? Legends Casino Hotel has something for every taste. At Lucky Shots Coffee Bar, it's more than just coffee. Frothy lattes, bold espressos, hearty sandwiches, desserts, and more. Lucky Shots has a winning hand of flavors any time of the day. Join us for our full-service menu, or dive into our legendary buffet options, including our salad bar and a variety of desserts that will have you coming back for seconds. Explore the newly updated food court with so many choices to satisfy your craving. At Fortune's, savor a customized crab boil fit for a king, queen, or joker with all the extras. Try the crab boil with one of our specialty sauces, big enough to share, but don't be slow with your fork. This is good eating. Burger lovers, head to Legendary Burgers. Try the Mount Adams or go classic with fries and a Huckleberry shake. Craving pizza, pasta, and more? Creations has you covered. After that custom-made pizza pie, don't forget dessert. You just gotta try our house-made cannoli. For authentic Mexican-style cooking, Madre's Mexican Kitchen is a must. With fresh homemade tortillas and savory sauces, you will not be disappointed. Try our enchiladas, street tacos, or something new to you. Madre's is sure to bring it home. Whether you're here to dine or unwind, Legends Casino Hotel has a world of exciting flavors waiting for you. Bring your appetite, your friends and family, and let the culinary journey begin.
It's a 48-hour flash sale today through Sunday at Walker's Furniture, where every item is marked down an additional 20% off already low prices. Or take advantage of 5 years no interest financing with no money down.
Beautiful bedroom sets 20% off. All sofas, love seats, and sectionals 20% off. And all dining sets 20% off.
It's a flash sale you can't afford to miss. This Wednesday through Sunday at Walker's.
All across America.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
And right here in the Northwest. Wherever we are, it feels like home.
Man, it's good to be home.
Good Morning Northwest and GMA. The #1 way to start your day.
Good morning, Northwest.
At Tri-Cities and Walla Walla Floor and Home, our team has been in the Southeast Washington flooring business for 40+ years. You'll find more choices, lower prices, and hometown service.
Time now for a final check of your forecast with Hayden.
Of course, let's give you a reason to smile for tonight by Lifetime Dental Care, who is our sponsor. We have got Chuck, who is got a beautiful picture here of the Wednesday morning sunrise by the river there. Wow, just what a beautiful painting. I love to have that hung up on my wall there. I love colors of sunrises and sunsets out there, and I hope you do too. As we continue on with our 7-day forecast here, we've got a mixture of 60s and 70s across the board. A couple of small rain chances still embedded for Friday and Saturday for some locations, but generally a pretty easy forecast.
All right, Hayden Nixon for Stacey Lee tonight. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining us. You can always find the very latest on these and other stories at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We'll see you right back here for the news at 11. Have a good night, everyone.